Now, let's talk about a piece of tech which could help people in need of water and electricity in disaster zones around the world. BeamGlobal is a US-based clean technology company which, among other things, makes solar-powered car park charging points for electric vehicles. Well, now they're adapting that car park solar charger to make a 3-in-1 device which turns seawater into drinking water, which provides electricity for cooking and lighting, and which charges electric mopeds so that water and other essentials can be delivered to people further away. It's called BeamWell, and it looks like a large canopy full of solar panels with the bikes and water tucked underneath. It's about to be deployed for the first time in the Middle East. Desmond Wheatley, the president and CEO of BeamGlobal, has been telling me more about the new device.
It was actually based upon our EV ARC product, electric vehicle autonomous renewable charger. And this is a product that's rapidly deployed and provides electric vehicle charging, but without any construction or electrical work. It doesn't need to connect to the utility grid because it generates and stores its own electricity. And so the BeamWell product, based on the same underlying technology, fits inside a standard legal size parking space, has a solar array tracking following the sun over the top of it. And then it sits on what we call a ballast and traction pad, and that's what gives the product stability and allows us to deploy it without having to glue it down or bolt it down or do any kind of on-site construction.
Is it heavy?
Yes, it is, and actually weight's our friend. The product weighs about 10,000 pounds, and most of that weight is in the ballast and traction pad, and that's why the product's able to survive 160, well, in fact, it's rated for 160 mile per hour hurricane category 5 winds, but it has in fact survived greater than 185 mile an hour winds. And of course, a product that's going into disaster and conflict zones needs to be very rugged, and BeamWell certainly is.
Now, it does 3 different things, doesn't it, in one unit? What are the 3 things that it does?
Yeah, 3 really vital things, frankly. It generates and stores its own electricity, which we provide for cooking, the refrigeration of food and medical supplies. Very importantly, it turns salt water or dirty water into clean drinking water. This is vital in conflict zones and also post-hurricane type of environments. And then also, interestingly, it provides mobility. What we've discovered is that it's not good enough to provide food and water supplies. You also need a means to deliver those to people in places where normal vehicles can't travel. So we have electric moto scooters, and they're able to travel into places where the roads are full of rubble or where there simply aren't any roads or the roads have been destroyed. And that mobility aspect of this is really crucial to the efficacy and the utility of the product.
And it's solar powered, so it doesn't need any infrastructure support, does it, from any kind of national grid?
That's right. So we've learned in 15 years of deploying thousands of these things in the harshest conditions across the world that we can generate enough electricity to provide these vital services.
And why did you develop it? What was it that sort of sparked the idea, if you like?
Yes, actually, I was contacted by friends of mine who operate in NGOs, actually in Gaza, and they were trying to feed and provide water to non-combatants. And of course, the utility infrastructure there was no longer functioning. So they needed a supply of water, they needed electricity. And then it was really them that pointed out to me the crucial aspect of the e-mobility, the ability to deliver the food, the water, and the medical supplies to people who need them. I think that was the clincher for us, because we have specialized so much in providing clean electricity for electric transportation of all sorts of things, even aircraft we've powered with our products. This was the differentiator for us, and our ability to package this in a product which fits inside a standard shipping container and deploys in less than an hour, but provides electricity, water, and mobility was the sort of clincher.
And in its uses in disasters and in areas of need, who's paying for that?
So in the early instances, these are being funded by charitable enterprises, both in the United States and in the regions where they're being deployed. We're not certain that it will always be like that. And frankly, our main goal is just to provide very rugged technology to people that need it. How they fund it, obviously, as long as it's legal, is something that we'll try to be helpful with that, but it's not really our area of expertise.
Often when I speak to people who are developing hardware like this, they say that their aim is to make it smaller. They're trying to shrink it. But it sounds to me like you're not trying to make this any smaller, are you?
The absolutely crucial thing, the two metrics that are really important to us are, number one, it has to be able to fit inside a standard 20-foot shipping container, because obviously that way you can ship it anywhere in the world and deploy it. For example, the British Army is a customer of ours in Cyprus. Obviously, those products were delivered inside 20-foot shipping containers. And then in the electric vehicle side of the business, fitting inside a standard legal size parking space, but without reducing the parking. So you don't take away the space, you can still use it. Those are the two most important metrics. And then after that, we just try and jam as much energy efficiency into the product so that we can get the maximum amount of energy out of the smallest footprint possible.
And how long, out of interest, does it take to clean how much water?
Yeah, so this product's going to produce about 750 gallons or approximately 3,000 litres of fresh drinking water from salt, brackish or dirty water each day. So, we're not trying to run a water theme park here or a car wash or something like that. This is a product which is designed to keep people alive while utility infrastructure and other vital services are brought back online.
And is it easy to fix if it breaks down?
Every part on it is designed to be hot swappable. Again, we've had thousands of these things deployed in the field for 1.5 decades now. The break fix on them is pretty minimal, but those pieces which are most prone to fail are designed to be hot swapped by somebody with rudimentary tools and very little technical knowledge.
That's Desmond Wheatley from Beam Global there, talking about how tech can help relief efforts in disaster zones. He was speaking to me from sunny San Diego.